Alright, we're streaming now. Yay! And my design document is ready with our new log sections that Ryven just added. So we're ready to do this tutorial. I'm just going to do a quick tutorial on how to make a little static beach scene. So first we're going to start, we're in the Assets tab. We're going to go to the Models folder. You can use this little box here to type a search parameter. So I'm going to type tree, and that may or may not give me what I need. It probably won't. So I'm going to type palm instead, because I want palm trees and not other things. There we go. Now I have the palm trees that I want, and it will just search whatever's in that folder, and it won't search all the other folders. And so I'm going to put just a couple palm trees down, and I'm going to make sure they're actually in the ground. And here's a nice tall one. And yeah, it's in the ground. And maybe we'll do a little short one over here, just for fun. And there we go. Okay, so now we're going to make a little cooking scene, and I want to show you how to find prefabs. These are models where we've taken an assortment of other models and particle effects, and we put them together and saved them as a prefab. And we don't have any prefabs that say palm, so I have to erase the palm there. And you can see I have a whole bunch of prefabs from doing zone editing. You will not see all of these that I have, because I did not commit all of these to the SVN. You will just see a few of them. So I have a burning campfire prefab that I created. And all of the model components in the prefab are still available individually once you use it, so you can still edit it and modify it if you decide you want something to change or rotate, or if you want to change the... Okay, that looks really small next to those trees, but I've tested this in the world and I know it's about the right size, so we're going to keep it. And it's, there we go, just about like that. And so it's got our burning logs on it, and it's got everything we want. I'm going to tilt it just a little bit, I think, if I can get my tilt to work. So there's a shift key, and I'm going to grab the green because I want it more aligned to ground than that. And then there. I think that looks better. Now it's not floating on one side and buried in the sand in the other, although it might look like that in the sand, but I'm just going to make it like this. So now then, that's where we got that. So we got that out of the prefab folder, and you can save your own prefabs also. So if you create a little setting and you want to use that, you can use that. Now Ryven just committed a new entity, which we got over here, and so I'm going to just copy this text, and so we can put a new spawn point entity, maybe a little lower on the beach, and so people can come down here and pick up this log section. Maybe it's some driftwood or something that drifted up on the beach. And so now we have this spawn point here, and I have to put that spawn name right there, and that's the name of it. It's a log section locust, so it's a locust log section, and they'll be able to pick up that log from the ground now. And I just made another one, so okay, isn't really what I meant to do, but it worked anyway. So we have a couple of locust log sections here on the beach, and oh, I also wanted to show you So let's say this person caught some fish and they are cooking fish on a fire. Now this is just going to be a static model of a fish. It's not, I think I have them here. They're under NPCs and fish. So we have a fish model, and we can put that on the fire, and maybe they're cooking it on the fire. I need to slow down my camera way down so I can get real close and see what I'm doing. And we're going to rotate it so it's on its side. And you'll see it comes as this black and white kind of fish. Now I want to show you, you might want to change the species of fish because we have a bunch of different kinds to choose from here. So you're going to go to the Properties tab, and under Dye Name, you'll see it says Fish Species Default. If you click on that, there's a drop-down list, and you can see sunfish, clownfish, and they will change. Picasso fish, blue damsel, blue tang, emperor snapper. That'd be a good one for the black snapper. So we can put any of these species of fish on the fire, or you can leave it with the sunfish if you think the sunfish looks kind of like a perch or a, you know, just in kind of a generic fresh or saltwater fish. So you can put that there, and that's what they could be cooking on a fire. Maybe have another one there on the ground. They haven't cooked yet, or they need to wash it. Something. It's not ready to cook yet. So you can just lay it there like that. And I just press Shift and grab the circle ring in order to rotate it. That's how you do that. Just grab it with your mouse and turn it. And you can change the species on that too. You can make it a clownfish if you want. It's kind of a big clownfish. You can change the size of it here too. Let's say like it's too big. Maybe it was just a little fish. So we can change it here. We change the numbers on the X, Y, and Z scale. And I've made it half size now. So now it's half the size it was before. Tap the Shift key. Get your arrows back. And so now we have a couple fish there. Probably unlikely they actually caught a clownfish, but oh, who knows? Maybe there's a coral reef right next to the shore. I don't think there is, but maybe. We haven't painted one out there yet. We do have stuff to make coral reefs. That's what these fish are for. I can show you that in another video and at another time. We'll do some underwater editing later. So that's how you make a little fire. That's how you grab the trees. Make the fire out of the prefabs. Of course, you can make all these components for the fire out of individually. You can use you can go up into your models, and you can find the log pieces. You can find all the rock pieces. All of those components are in here. And then if you go to particle effects down here under lights, it says particles. That's where we got the smoke and the fire from. You can make a bonfire if you have a really big fire. It's a great big roaring fire. Probably have a few of those in there. So there's just a bunch of different things that you can add. Some of these aren't relevant. I mean, like we can add fireworks, but we don't really need fireworks. Fireflies are fun. You can add fireflies if you have a night scene, or put them around a lamp post or something at the docks. You can add sparks. I don't think we have any sparks on this fire, so we can add sparks. And just do some fun things with it. Yeah, so the sparks are kind of They're more like electric sparks, though. It's like the jet hovercraft sparks. I don't think we want those sparks. Those aren't fire sparks. Not what I thought they were. So sometimes things aren't what you think they are. Anyway, there's a bunch of different things. I'm not going to show you everything that's in here. Everything from water effects to fire effects to magical effects that we'll probably never use, or just jetpack effects, things like that are just default things that came with the game. There's some butterfly effects. If you have a butterfly area, you can make little artificial, I mean, the players won't be able to interact with these butterflies, but you can see them and they're kind of fun. So you can put some butterflies in the grass. And there's 3 kinds of butterflies. So you can put all those there. You want to make sure they're above the ground. So there's little yellow butterflies and, I don't know, I guess swallowtail butterflies, and I don't know what these butterflies are. Looks like the swallowtails again. A little closer to the ground maybe. And then those are just little yellow ones. So those are just some effects. They're just images. Your player can't interact with them, but they look neat. And they're kind of fun. If you want to make it look like, you know, they should, so you go to the paintbrush here. You choose the paintbrush up on the top menu, and you go to the textures folder. You have to choose that under assets, so you can see the different textures available to paint with. And the clover, I think, has a little bit, of course I have to double click to choose clover. Oh, and I'm going to want to change the size. See how huge that texture is? It's ginormous. That's way, way too big. So I have to click this button because I want it to change what I've also painted, and I'm going to take that all the way down to 2. Okay, now it's fixed it. And see how it automatically, the clover actually grows some little flowers with it. It's called clover, but it actually is more like flowery meadow. And so now we have the butterflies are on some flowers there in the grass, and that looks really nice. And so then we save our changes, and you can use all these different textures with the paintbrush. Some work better than others. Some shouldn't be there. Like there's a normal map and it really shouldn't be there, but it is. Also, the engine remembers everything you paint, so try not to paint things and then paint over them unless you really have to. I mean, sometimes you have to, and you just have to, but do the best you can to avoid that. So I think it's all saved. I can't remember what else I was going to show you. You might want a little bit, maybe the ground is messed up a little bit here. You might want to put a little bit of a different texture than the sand, or not, I don't know. It might not look right if we change it. And I can't find the texture I want anyway. There's sort of a gravelly looking texture, but oh well, this works. That's it? Nope, that's grass. I don't want grass. That's kind of what I was thinking, and I don't want that big of a brush either. I'm going to take it down to 1 there, and I have it at 80, so it's still going to leave a little bit of the sand texture under it. There, so that kind of maybe makes it look a little bit more realistic. It's kind of gravelly, and the ashes from the fire maybe messed it up a little. And so we'll save that again. Baby, there we go. And I think I shared everything. There's a bunch of assets in here. If you just want to look through everything we have, you can look through, and we have barrels and crates, and like I think I use a little barricade thing to make part of the fire. There's a bunch of stuff in here, so don't be shy about what you're using to build the world with. It's all available. Some of it is default. This guy here, the Beast model, that came with the Bigworld engine. We don't use him. You know, so like the binoculars, we don't use those. Obviously, those are part of the engine. They just came with it. But a lot of the stuff we made, the corn box, we made this, and we added these plants. Some of them we bought from other places, some we made ourselves. So there's a lot of stuff you can use here. There's a crab I think you wanted to use to add, so you can add a crab. That is floating in the sky. That should not be floating in the sky. Why is it floating? So to do that, you come over here, and you can put it over in the water too. A little bit down in the water. And he'll crawl around in the water. Just do like that. And be sure to come over here and rename it Crab. Now you'll have a little crab in the world. And then we can commit our changes, and you can try and do the same changes yourself. So we exit, and we go to the res folder, and commit changes. So you always want to make sure you save and commit. Obviously that's important. And you type your little note in the box saying what you edited, so the next person who works on the world will know where to go where you left off. And I do not see the snow trees in this section. I think Ryman might have to edit that. I might have messed it up. So added a small fire scene to the beach. Oh, I think there's some tents in there if you wanted to add a little tent near the fire. I don't know, that's up to you. And as soon as it finds it, then we click OK, but I'm going to stop the video now because the rest of this is boring.